We have a memory verse that's found on Matthew 23:37. They said, "O Jerusalem, how often I wanted to gather your children together as a hen gather her chicks under her wings, but you were not willing." Do you know who's talking on this verse? It's Jesus. Okay? He's calling the Israelites to come for under her protection. Long time ago, Jesus noticed that there are lots of wickedness in Egypt. So he wanted to get the Israelites out from there. And he wanted to bring it to the promised land. Who do you think picked to be the leader of Israel out of Egypt? You know someone? Who? Moses, yes, correct. Moses was picked by God to lead Israel out of the wickedness of Egypt. So, Moses complied. Of course, Moses was a little bit hesitant at first, but he can't complain because God picked him and chose him to be the leader of Israel to bring us out from Egypt. So they went. They start traveling. When they reach Red Sea, there was a problem, right? They cannot cross. They have no ship. There's nothing to cross, and they noticed that the Pharaoh's soldier are running against them. So they are so afraid that maybe Pharaoh's soldier will kill them and bring them back to Egypt. So they prayed. Moses prayed. And God gave them directions that to strengthen up the rod to the river, and the river separated. Remember this story? Very common story here in the Bible, right? But this story, God is showing His protection. Just like the verse that we have had. Okay, God is showing His protection, His children, away from the wickedness of the world. Before it's Egypt. So, long story short, they were able to cross the river safely. And when they reached the other side, they sang victories to the Lord. And they stayed there how many years? Across the river, in the wilderness. They stayed there 40 years. Okay? And the Lord is trying to teach them. The Lord is trying to train them how to behave the Christian way. And after 40 years, what they do again to cross the promised land? Okay? Again, the Lord protected them crossing Jordan River. The Jordan River again parted. Even though there are lots of challenges, there are lots of wickedness around the world, God is always there. God has promised that He will always protect them. And in the Bible, there are lots of symbols related to the water. And water, one of the symbol is trouble. Okay, one of the symbols of water in the Bible is trouble. And here I have water. Okay? And right now, we'd notice that our surroundings, the community that we're living, has lots of troubles. Don't we? Okay, even you're still kids, you could feel that there are lots of troubles, sinful things around in our community. So, this is you or us. If we are in a community full of wickedness and troubles, we don't believe that God will protect us. We thought that we could do it by ourselves. What will happen to us? we got wet. Sometimes our character is changed. And not only that, we are vulnerable and we got weak. See? We are easily broken. We are easily turned down because of the wickedness around our society that sometimes we get into our lives. Sometimes, because of the surroundings that they are influenced, they get weak in faith, that they are easily teared down because of the surroundings, the troubles around them. Let's imagine that this is God. If we are under God's protection, like this, okay, and we go under the water, God is protecting us from the surroundings, the troubles around us. Right? So even if we go out of the water, what happens to us? We're still dry and we are still strong. Right? Unlike if we go out of ourselves without asking God to protect us, we got weak. We easily tear down. But if God is protecting us, we are strong and we are not easily teared down. Thank you. And can we show again our memory verse? God will always protect us, and God is calling and says, "O Jerusalem." Can you follow up with me? Can you read that? "O Jerusalem, how often I wanted to gather your children together, as a hen gathers her